Another way he can galvanize the base and make the demo commies rip out their groin hair and set it on fire is to get a bill through Congress, which he could do. He could also do it by executive order. He can order the halt to all $49 billion foreign aid that was spent in, well, the last time I checked it was in 2016.
49 billion.
Right, and that was 1.2% of the entire federal budget. $49 billion was spent in 2016. It is a matter of routine that these levels of aid are, and this is a very broad definition of aid, by the way. I'll read that in a couple of seconds. But what happens is every new president that comes in is expected, every Congress that comes in is expected to simply sustain the levels of foreign aid that has been in existence prior to their arrival. So if you got elected to Congress today and you took your chair today, the Speaker of the House would present you with a bill authorizing sustaining the level with a cost of living adjustment, usually up. So more and more money is being spent every time. Now, here's what Trump could do, which would really shake the whole universe up in terms of politics. He could, by executive order, he couldn't cancel the authorization. That he cannot do. But what he can do as the administrator, he can hold up the money. He can hold up the money. Just like the president of a college cannot cancel the allotment of the
he can cut off the supply train.
But he can cut off the supply train, and he can slow it up pretty well. He can just refuse to spend the money, and there's nothing Congress can do about it. There's nothing they can do about it. Okay, so now why would he do this? Let me defend the concept. The reason he would do this is because foreign aid is now 1.2% of the federal budget. And we have to ask ourselves, what is the level of corruption of that $49 billion? Okay.
How much are we getting return on investments?
Stop writing the checks until we investigate the corruption, find the corruption, root out the corruption, and then we could resume spending. Okay. We're not against foreign aid per se. This is not saying we don't want to give money to people in need. We do. We're a very powerful country. We should give money to people in need, especially in emergency situations, natural disasters, securities that is in our best interest as well as theirs. All of that.
From war, massive amounts of people being... Yeah.
Right. But we are continuing. Okay, so the corruption is reason number one. Reason number two, we're giving billions of dollars to people who do not respect us. And in fact, they not only do not respect us, they are plotting and scheming thick as thieves against us. The largest recipient of foreign aid in 2016 was the nation state of Afghanistan.
Afghanistan, yeah.
Afghanistan, yeah. Iraq was the second. Yeah, Iraq was the second. Foreign aid, the largest percentage of foreign aid usually goes to military. There are four quadrants of aid, generally speaking: humanitarian, security, disaster relief, and human development. So those are the four sections of the pie. But the pie is $49 billion pie. How is it cut up? Okay, and who gets to eat the pie? Well, Afghanistan is getting to eat most of the pie right now. Okay.
So I mean, are they? I mean, I'm not familiar if they're in some mega crisis right now. Unlike dozens of other, like Sri Lanka just went through a big bombing crisis. I mean,
right.
What other country just had an earthquake or a war?
Well, I'd just like to point out that even Julius Caesar, even Alexander the Great could not conquer Afghanistan.
Oh, even the Soviet Union couldn't. Yeah.
Even the Nazis didn't even try, and the Russians got thrown the hell out.
But getting back to the spending thing, this is something I'd like to share with you. This is my own research.
Yeah.
What the UN is doing. You look right here at what the UN is doing in 2016. You remember that $49 billion?
Yeah.
This is the U.S. spending. This is an executive report from an executive summary from the United Nations on humanitarian crisis and numbers. Look at that. That's a big number right there. It's a little bit more. This is in 2016. $26.4 billion US dollars. That's how much the UN spent. By the way, the majority of the UN's budget is from the United States. So just the UN itself is paid for half the amount that the United States spent. Just by itself. Mm-hmm. And most of the UN's budget comes from the United States. So those US dollars are from the US. So it's not, we're basically letting bureaucrats from China and Russia determine where the humanitarian aid goes with this money.
Exactly.
It's basically American money, but other people decide where it goes.
This is on top of the
exactly. Yeah. So getting back to the consequences of fulfilling your proposal of eliminating all foreign aid for you. What about the people that have been good to it? Like, say, Israel. Israel's given us a pretty good return on investment, being a great partner in the Middle East.
All of our foreign aid to Israel has actually been converted into military contracts.
They buy all our
buy all our toys. They buy all our weapons. Yeah, and so we do have some foreign aid to Israel. Mainly for agricultural development and those kinds of purposes, but it's only in the millions of dollars. We're only talking about, $20 million for that.
So when you say cut all foreign aid spending, does that mean we temporarily cut Israel, but then return it?
Yeah, no. So so here's the plan. So we say to everybody, okay, I'm the president of the United States. I'm Donald Trump. I'm not going to write these checks until I have a conversation with you about whether you hate America. It's real simple, folks. Have a seat. Have a chair. You want some coffee? You want a cigar? Okay. Tell me how you love America. Oh, you hate America. Oh, fuck you. Get out of here. Okay. You don't get anything.
So what prevents the let's say that one of the leaders of the country just gives him lip service. Oh, America!
Oh, right. You say you love America. You say you love America, but we have this. We have the CIA report right here that you're making bombs and you're sending people across our southern border to terrorize us and kill us and send us rapists, and so you're doing all these horrible things. So you're a liar, Mr. President, Mr. Prime Minister. Get the hell out of here.
So we give him like a little like a 20-step program to get out.
The Secretary of State and the President go through each of the friendlies first, like Great Britain, and I'll even allow France to say they're friendly. All right, even though they're not. All right, Germany. All right, another one. All right, okay. Mostly the NATO countries. Okay, they're going to get a pass, but we should review it. You don't want to give money to people in perpetuity without asking for any due diligence and any accounting. That's just insane. That's one of the insane things that our government does. We just give money away to people and we never ask for any accounting. Never. All I'm asking for is we do an accounting. That's it.
You're rude, you're mean, you're heartless. You have a point. You have a point.
All right. That's all I'm suggesting. And if
Folks,
Donald Trump...
make sure, that we're a great return on your investment, so please make sure to become a Patreon.
Right. And we'll give you, if you become a patron or a sponsor of our show, it's right on there on the app, we will give you an accounting of every dollar we spend. We'll tell you exactly. Yeah, we spend it on booze and food. He spends it on food. I spend it on booze. That's it.
We don't. No, we don't. Don't listen to this man. He's crazy. I actually, no. Don't. No, we have a spreadsheet. We have a spreadsheet. Stop talking about it. So, also, make sure to like, follow, subscribe. If you're on YouTube, subscribe. You're on this and that, follow. Make sure to tell everyone to come on our show and iTunes and blah, 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 blah. We love you so much.
And stop sending money to foreign countries until you get an accounting.
First send money to us, then to other countries.
Right. Send us $49 billion. Cheers. Bye-bye.